Hand in hand with regional conflicts, global military spending set a new record in 2023 by increasing by 6.8%. Defense investment reached a massive figure of $2.44 trillion, according to data from the prestigious SIPRI Institute. The military industry, which has the highest revenue alongside illegal drug trafficking, laboratories, and human trafficking, celebrates this rise in military investment. A sad reality for the world, which sees diminished budgets for climate change and other environmental impacts. War drums, geopolitical tensions, the increasingly long Russian invasion of Ukraine, widespread conflicts in the African continent, the dispute between the two Koreas, the latent conflict between China and Taiwan and India and China have led to a sharp rise in public budgets dedicated to the military industry and defense in 2023. The total global increase of 6.8% in real terms compared to what was spent in 2013 marks the largest annual increase since 2009. Military spending has increased in all geographic regions defined by SIPRI, with especially significant increases in Europe, Asia, and Oceania, and the Middle East, something that hasn't happened since 2009. The countries that head this list are 1. United States, 2. China, 3. Russia, 4. India, 5. Saudi Arabia, 6. Canada, 7. Turkey. During the past year, the 31 members of NATO spent $1.34 trillion, which accounts for 55% of world military spending. The U.S., which continues to lead the ranking, increased its budget by 2.3% to reach $916 billion. In other words, it represents 68% of NATO's military spending. Also, in 2023, most of NATO's members increased their budgets. Their combined participation represented 28% of NATO's total, the highest in a decade. The remaining 4% corresponds to Canada and Turkey's spending. For this reason, the European armaments industry is celebrating. For the first time in its history, the European Commission has launched a European defense strategy to encourage member states to invest more, better, together, and with a European perspective in their security. As a counterparty, nearly a third of the world's arms exports are led by European countries, while on the list of the 10 most important sellers, 5 European states appear. It includes 1. Germany, 11% of all global sales, France, 7% Italy, 5% United Kingdom, 4% Spain, 3%. If we look at specific companies, 3 stand out above the rest by exceeding $10 billion in arms sales. 3. The British BAE Systems. 2. The Italian Leonardo. On the trans-European Airbus in total, there are 26 European companies that reach the top 100 globally. The new European defense strategy is a boost to their businesses. Without a doubt, one of the main foci of expense, receiving arms and financial aid from other countries, and geopolitical conflict is the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Vladimir Putin's country increased its military spending by a whopping 24% to reach an estimated figure of $109 billion in 2023. Looking further back, that spending represents an increase of 47% since 2014, the year in which Crimea was annexed. That spending accounts for 5.9% of its GDP and 16% of public spending. Ukraine increased its military spending by 51% to reach $64.8 billion, which represents nothing less than 37% of its GDP and 58% of total public spending. Ukraine also received $35 billion in military aid during the year, including $25.4 billion from the United States. So including its own expense and aid, Ukraine's military spending would account for 91% of Russia's. In this astronomical defense spending, $2.44 trillion, the new and fabulous purchases meaning for the military industry, the armed conflict between Israel and the terrorist group Hamas, and the escalation in Lebanon and Iran are not included. To this situation, we must add the new Cold Wars, that is, the geopolitical and border tensions that are manifesting themselves in various parts of the planet. But we will talk about that in an upcoming report.